Right, with this tutorial, we're going to take a look at calculating the area of a rectangular prism, and we'll do this using Google Sketchup. So the first thing you want to do is you want to draw yourself a rectangle. And to make sure that you draw yourself a rectangle with whole numbers, like as your length and width, you just draw the rectangle. Alright? And then you can type, before you touch anything else, once you've drawn it, just on your number keys, just choose a number. In these ones, I'm going to choose 4, 5. That indicates length will be 4 and the width will be 5 meters. I hit enter, and it resizes it so it's exactly the dimensions that I want. So now it's only 2 dimensions. I want it to be 3. So I'm going to use my push-pull tool, and I'm going to pull up the rectangle, and let's say I make it 6 meters high. Alright, so I'm just going to type 6 and hit enter. And now I have this rectangular prism. Alright? And we'll just move it over so you can see the whole thing. There it is. Alright? And if you didn't see the measurements, what you want to do is you want to go up to your View toolbar, and there's 2 toolbars that you need to bring out. You need to bring out your large tool set here, and then you'll also want to bring out your measurements, and your measurements will open up in a window down here where anytime you measure something you'll see it, or anytime you draw something you'll see the dimensions here. Alright? So the first thing we're going to do to calculate the area of this prism is we need to know that we have 2 rectangles that are congruent on each of these sides. So if we go, the top rectangle here is identical to the bottom rectangle. This rectangle here is identical to this rectangle. And the outside rectangles, this one here is going to be congruent to this one. So when we're dealing with area of rectangular prisms, basically we can go over here, simply say area equals, alright, we have 2 times length times width of one rectangle, one side, because we have 2 rectangles, plus 2 times length times width of another one, plus 2 times length times width of our final one. Sorry that we ran out of room there. So how do I know the length and width of these this rectangular prism? I'm just going to use this tool here, which is my dimensions tool, and it's just going to label it. If I go click from this endpoint to here, that's 4 meters. Okay, so the width of this rectangle is 4 meters. I can do the same at the top here. I can go from this endpoint over to here, and that's 5 meters. Alright? And I can also do from this point down to this endpoint, and that makes it 6 meters. So actually I have all 3 dimensions here for my rectangular prism. So in order to calculate the area of this, I would go like this. I would say, so now to calculate the area of this rectangular prism, I'm going to choose my top rectangle first, and I have 2 of those. I have one on the top and one on the bottom. So we'll go, my area here equals 2 times my length is 5 and my width is 4. Alright? Plus, I'm going to do this one over here now, this front-facing one. I have 2 of those, one on the front, one on the back. And we'll go 2, because there's 2 of them, times 6 times 4. Alright? Plus, let's not forget that I have this side over here, and I have 2 of these sides. I have one over here and one on the other, around the other side of it. So we have 2 2 times 6 times 5. Right? Now I can just multiply them together. So this is 40 plus this one's going to be 48 plus 60. So if I add these together, the area of this rectangular prism is 148 meters squared. And that's how you calculate the area of rectangular prisms.